What up? So today, as per the title, I'm going to be doing kind of a review on a dealership called Titanium Auto Group. So as most of you know by now, I've owned and purchased and leased many different vehicles. I'm a car guy, so I've dealt with various dealerships throughout my entire life. And this is the only time where I legit got scammed. Like, I consider myself a pretty car buying savvy guy. I ask a lot of questions. If I don't know something, I'm definitely going to bring it up to the dealer. I try to cover all my bases so that I leave no stone unturned. And so I did bring the documentation showing like I did buy a car from these guys. It's gonna be hard to see. I will later do a clip where I go into more in-depth detail, but I did buy a car. Like, I don't want you guys thinking I'm just randomly bashing some dealership that I've never gone to or did any business with. I did buy a car from them, and I got fucking scammed, and this is the story. I'm gonna try to run through this as fast as I can to give you guys the gist of it, so I don't do like a 1 hour fucking video. I had a Jeep. I had a 2012 Jeep Wrangler in green color. I was doing mods to it, like I was buying lift kits. I was gonna buy bigger tires. I priced it out, and then I found a Jeep Wrangler, a 2015 Jeep Wrangler, at Titanium Auto Group, where I just showed you. I went to go look at it. The truck, or the Jeep, I don't know if you call it a truck or SUV, it was completely modified. Like, it was done the fuck up with 37-inch tires. Had the rims, 6-inch lift kit. It was re-geared, had a winch on it, and all the lights. It basically had everything I was gonna do to my own Jeep, but pricing it out, this would be a much cheaper. So I went in, I took a look at it. I didn't intend to buy it exactly on that day, but I figured, it wouldn't hurt to check it out. So I was looking through it. It looked great. It's a fucking monster. And then the salesperson, his name was Will. He was new there. He, he talked a little bit about it, and then he said all the aftermarkets are even covered under warranty since it's being sold as it is. Like, the dealership, if a dealership, the way he explained it was, since their dealership is selling this Jeep, even though it has aftermarket parts, they're selling it stock like that, then they will honor the warranty for the entire vehicle, which it makes sense. If they're selling a vehicle the way it is, and they offer a warranty, it should warranty the vehicle as it is, not the original way the vehicle came from the factory, because that's not how they're selling it. So it was completely modified, and he said all the aftermarket parts are under warranty should anything fail. So of course it seemed like a really good deal, so I had to double check with his manager, which his name was Ben. He came out. I asked the same questions. I was like, Will says like the aftermarket parts are all covered under warranty from you guys. He's like, yep, he confirms it. And he told me everything is covered except for the winch, which is a triangle looking thing that goes in the front of the Jeep, so you can, like, I guess, tie it up to other shit to pull shit out. I don't fucking know. It looked cool. But he said it's a Smitty built winch, and if that goes wrong, then I would have to directly contact Smitty Built, because that's where it's from. And then he said, other than that, everything else is 100%. So I bought aftermarket warranties before on my other vehicles, but I've never used this brand called Global. They're not a bad brand, and it was just the first time I used them, especially for something like a Jeep where so many aftermarket parts are on it. And I'm about to show you guys documentation in writing of what it looks like and how it was explained to me. So here is the warranty information. So you can see it was purchased on March 14th, 2019, so just last year. The cost of it was $4,200. Okay, so this is kind of where it gets dicey when the dealer was explaining what would happen if a warranty. I hope this helps you guys because this can get confusing. So it says $5,000 max claim. So this is what the dealer told me. It says $5,000 max per claim. So what I was told from Ben and Will from Titanium Motor or Titanium Auto Group was if something goes wrong, I bring it in. There's you see the word deductible there. So if it's under $5,000 for that issue when I bring it in, I do not have to pay the deductible. It'll be zero. They'll cover everything for free. And if it goes after the $5,000 max per claim, as you see there, I pay a $150 deductible and they take care of the rest. And, you know, I proceeded to ask a bunch of questions and like what's covered, what's not covered. And basically what Ben just straight up said was, okay, even if the engine blows up, they will cover it as long as I pay $150 deductible. Obviously, if the engine blows up, it's going to be over $5,000. And then I paid $150 deductible and they take care of the rest. And if it's under $5,000, zero deductible. This is what it was, how it was explained to me. So I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I've covered all my bases. I talked to the salesperson and the sales manager, and I went ahead and got the vehicle, and lo and behold, so something went wrong with it. Like there's a couple of small issues that went wrong with the Jeep. Brought it in, no issue. They fixed it. It says under warranty, blah blah blah. And then like a few months later, there was a big issue. I can't. This is last year, so I can't really remember what the issue was. But it was something expensive, and it was something where they had to take the engine out and do a bunch of shit to it, basically. I brought it in, and then they said, what they said was, well, actually, since you have so much aftermarket parts on it, this isn't actually covered under warranty. Then I was like, well, I was told specifically when I bought the vehicle, the whole point of me buying the vehicle was that everything was covered. And I was like, just call up Will. Then they said, well, Will doesn't work here anymore. Then I was like, oh, okay, what about the manager, Ben? Ben doesn't work here anymore. And basically they said the aftermarket parts are not covered on this Jeep because it's not stock. Then I'm thinking in my head, why the fuck did you sell me an aftermarket warranty if it's not covered because it's not stock? So then I sat down with the manager, or whoever the fuck it was at that time. I went through the events of the sale and, the issues. And he was not very nice at all. He kind of just like sat back and was like, well, what do you want me to do about it? Like he didn't want to fix it. He didn't want to honor any of the warranties or what I was told by their salespeople. And I'm just like, well, I bought a car from you guys. I asked your salesperson and your sales manager, and they basically like bold-faced just lied to my face. And then he's like, well, they don't work here anymore. And then again, he would just lay back and be like, what do you want me to do about it? And I'm like, well, I want this thing fixed. And then we went back and forth. And then we finally agreed that they would fix this issue this time. That's what he said. He said, this time. And I was like, well, what about like the future? Like I bought this car thinking I was going to, keep it forever. Like, what if another issue comes up? Like, are you guys going to fix it? You're not going to fix it? What the fuck do I do? And he basically was like, well, I don't know. It will be like a base-to-base warranty model. Like, it'll be like, they're going to cross the bridge when it arrives. And they're going to take it case by case, which was not reassuring to me at all. So anyways, I needed this issue, like the Jeep fixed, first of all. And then they told, and then they brought up the deductible. And they were like, well, you have to pay $150 deductible. Like what I just showed you on paper. I was like, wait a minute, if it's under $5,000, it's $0. If it's over $5,000, I pay the $150. He's like, no, that's not how it works. The way it works is you pay the $150 deductible right when you come into the dealership, regardless of how much the damage is. And if it goes over $5,000, as you guys recall from the sheet I just showed you, they do not cover it like at all. So if the engine blows up, you're not covered, which is a complete opposite of the bullshit that both Will and Ben. So that's kind of the gist of what happened with my one and only experience with Titanium Auto Group. It was not good. It was like, if that's not a scam, I don't really know what is. I feel like really cheated, scammed, because they told me one thing when it was really another. Like, it was just a complete lie. So if I could leave like a negative star review for them, I would. I do not recommend Titanium Auto Group at all. Do not buy from them. So what I learned and what I do now when I purchase a vehicle, or if I have any other, not even if I have any doubts with them, but just to be safe, I carry my phone and I either do a video recording of the whole procedure, the whole sales, or I do an audio. Or sometimes like what I do is I'll leave it recording, put it in like a pocket so there's video and audio. And then, you know, just so if the salesperson says, oh, I didn't say this, you go back and be like, motherfucker, I have you on video. And guess what? Like, when I bought my Chrysler 300, I needed to use this technique. The trunk, when I bought it, there was a few issues with it. They said like the trunk was leaking, the back seat heater was not working, and they said that I could bring it to Dodge. This was at a place called Hare Motors. They said I can bring it to Dodge dealership. Once they fix it, Hare Motors will foot the bill. Guess what? When I brought it to Dodge and they wanted to fix it, blah, blah, bill came. They did not want to fix it. And then so I went down there. I took my phone out and I was like, here you go. This is you saying you're fixing it. I have you on video. I got you on recording. And then they were like, oh shit. And then, yeah, they fixed it. But I hope that helps you guys. If you guys buy any type of vehicles at all, just obviously get in writing, but writing can still be kind of sketch. Like, they can give you a runaround when it's on a sheet of paper and explain things in a really weird way. But if you have them on recording, there's not much they can say. There's absolutely nothing they can say. If you as a buyer was in the right and you have it in recording, that's the safest route to go. I hope this helps you guys. I do have other reviews on other car dealerships when I've had negative experiences. I'll do that in my next video. Peace. Oh, look at these gains. Boom.